Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping right into the engine room of modern business, the sales process. It's a world that's been totally flipped on its head by data and technology, turning what used to be kind of an art form into a predictable, powerful science.
You know the feeling, right? You're searching for, say, a new pair of sneakers, and then suddenly, for the rest of the day, ads for those exact sneakers are following you everywhere you go online. It almost feels like they're reading your mind.
But of course, it's not magic. It's an incredibly sophisticated system of tracking, targeting, and automation. And when it works, it is seriously powerful. The big problem, though, is that for way too many companies, this system is full of holes, and it's costing them customers and cash every single day.
And that brings us right to the heart of the issue we're going to tackle today, what I like to call the leaky funnel problem.
Okay, so picture this. Your marketing team is crushing it. They're generating all this buzz, bringing in tons of potential customers, but then, poof, nothing. Those potential sales leads just seem to disappear into a black hole. They get past the sales team and are never heard from again. That's the leaky funnel.
And hey, this isn't just a hunch, it's a real, documented problem. Research has shown that there's this massive disconnect. Sales teams often end up ignoring a huge number of the leads that marketing works so hard to get. And that's exactly where the entire system just falls apart.
So, how in the world do we fix it? Well, the very first step is to create a map, right? You can't guide a customer to a destination if you don't even have a clear path for them to follow in the first place. In this map, it has a name, the sales funnel. It's this classic model that helps us see the customer's journey. It starts really wide at the top where people are just becoming aware of you, and then it gets narrower and narrower at each stage until, bam, you've got a committed buyer at the bottom. It's basically our blueprint for turning a total stranger into a happy customer.
Now, this is where we can really start to plug those leaks. The AIDA model breaks this journey down into 4 key psychological stages. First, you grab their attention. Then you build their interest. After that, you create a real desire for what you have. And finally, you prompt them to take action. See, each step is a place where a leak could happen. But by mapping it out like this, we can guide people smoothly from one stage to the next.
Okay, so we've got our map. Now we need an engine to actually power the journey through it. And in today's world, that engine is built with data and automation. You know, to really get this engine, you got to appreciate just how far we've come. I mean, back in the 90s, all we had were these simple page counters. Then in the 2000s, JavaScript tags came along and gave us much better data. That kicked off the big data era, and now we're in the digital analytics era with these incredible integrated systems giving us real-time insights into exactly what our customers are doing.
And the heart of this modern engine is something called marketing automation. I absolutely love this description for it. It's like a robot that supports the marketer. It handles all the communication automatically, making sure the right message gets to the right person at the perfect moment. It's what makes this whole personalized, large-scale marketing thing even possible.
Now, this automation engine can power 2 different kinds of strategies. There's inbound marketing, which is all about drawing customers to you with great content, like blogs or videos. It builds a ton of trust, but it can be a little slow to get going. Then you've got outbound marketing, which is about pushing your message out there. Think paid ads. It gets you instant results, but it can be more expensive and feel a little less personal. The really smart machines, they use a mix of both.
So how do we know if this engine is actually running well? Easy. We measure everything. For inbound stuff, we're looking at things like conversions. For outbound, we're tracking key metrics like click-through rate, that's the CTR, which is just the percentage of people who see an ad and click it. And we also track cost per click. Literally every action is measured and analyzed so we can make the machine as efficient as possible.
So, we have our map, and we have a really powerful engine. But even the most advanced machine needs a skilled pilot at the controls, someone to make the smart calls and handle that crucial human-to-human connection.
That pilot is the Sales Development Representative, or SDR. This is a super specialized role that has become absolutely critical in modern business. The SDR's whole job is to take those leads from the marketing engine, build a relationship, make sure they're a good fit, and only then pass them over to the main sales team. They're the ultimate bridge between marketing and sales.
And this table is great because it shows just how versatile that pilot has to be. I mean, the SDR's job totally changes depending on the situation. Are they dealing with warm inbound leads from a blog post, or are they making cold calls for outbound? Are they talking to one person? Are they trying to navigate a huge company with tons of decision makers? Each of these boxes requires a completely different playbook.
And it all comes together in a repeatable process. The SDR follows 3 core steps. First, they do their research. They dig deep to really understand the customer's needs. Second, engagement. They build trust with personalized conversations. And finally, the handover. They transfer a lead that is qualified, warmed up, and actually ready to talk business. This is how you fix that black hole problem for good.
So, when you put all these pieces together, the map, the engine, and the pilot, you really start to see what the future of sales looks like. It's not about chaos and guesswork anymore.
Just take a look at these numbers from a real campaign. Over 100,000 people saw the ad. That led to 14,000 clicks. But the system didn't just dump all 14,000 of those on the sales team. No way. The process filtered and nurtured them all the way down to just 327 highly qualified leads. Now that is an efficient machine at work.
So here's the big takeaway. When you combine that clear map of a sales funnel, the powerful automation engine, and the skilled human pilot of an SDR, you transform what was a leaky, chaotic process into a predictable, efficient, and profitable machine.
And this really gets to the heart of why this all matters. This isn't just about cool technology for its own sake. At the end of the day, the whole point of building this complex machine is to create something deeply human, sustainable relationships with your customers. And that, in turn, is what drives long-term profitability.
Which, leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. As these sales machines get smarter, more predictive, and more personalized, who's really in the driver's seat of the buying journey? Is it the customer, or is it the machine that's guiding them? Something to think about.